Back to the daily grind, and y'all know we gotta talk about this. But before we do, make sure you hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Kevin Lee is firing back at Khabib Nurmagomedov, criticizing his weight cut issues after Khabib spoke on the exchange with Megan Levy and said that Kevin Lee has a very small heart. He said if you looked in between the second and third round at Kevin Lee, when Tony Ferguson told him it's his time, he's going down, Kevin Lee pretty much conceded to the fact. He said it looked like Kevin Lee wanted to give up at that point. And now Kevin Lee's firing back. He said, I actually showed up and made weight through a staph infection. You signed contracts and still find a way to bitch out. Fuck out of here. Kevin Lee's got a great response. I mean, actually, and on top of Kevin Lee has been calling out Khabib for a while, but you know how that goes. Sometimes the fight don't make sense. Sometimes somebody's out. The fight hasn't happened. But to be fair, Kevin Lee has been calling out Khabib, whatever that means. Some people might say, yeah, but he hasn't deserved to fight a #1 contender, so Khabib shouldn't have fought him. And it's like, those are the people, whenever someone says the #7th ranked guy doesn't deserve to fight the #1 guy, you guys are the people that fucking get division stalled up, because you guys are the ones like, oh no, he shouldn't have to fight him until he moves up the rankings. So you're saying the #1 guy, so you're saying fighters should only fight up? Well, then that means the #7 guy shouldn't ever get to move up unless he's fighting the #5 guy. But the #5 guy wouldn't fight the #7 guy because he wants to fight the #4 guy. So I fucking hate that whole argument, but that's another topic for another day. Kevin Lee's firing back. And this is also interesting. I got to give Kevin Lee a little bit of slack here. I mean, you know, Khabib, he's a guy, when he says something, you believe it. When he says he sees Kevin Lee has no heart, you look and you're like, man, is he on to something? But then you snap out of it. You snap out of the Khabib trance. You know, Khabib will put you in a trance if you just listen to him. I will smash him like chicken. You just get into a fucking trance. I think that's why the whole world is like just completely counting El Cucuy out. This is crazy, bro. I'm starting to feel so weird about this. Everybody is just expecting Khabib to roll over Tony Ferguson. They're not giving Tony Ferguson a chance, and it is just rubbing me the wrong way. It's rubbing me the wrong way. I'm starting to get fucking weird about this, because it's like, man, I don't know. And then Tony Ferguson, bro, he's coming out and he's elbowing steel pipes, and he's fucking hitting the bag in blindfolds, and he's fucking hitting the bag in dress pants. I'm gonna do a video on that soon. But it's like, I don't know, all signs are pointing to Khabib just rolling over Tony Ferguson. But this is the thing. Tony Ferguson, we've known about his unorthodox training style. We've known about that. So the unorthodox training, the Khabib trance, all of that, still, this reminds me of like Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey, where everyone expected Ronda Rousey just to dominate. She's been dominating. But the hardcore fans knew about Holly Holm. They're like, yo, Holly Holm is a legit UFC fighter. She's not just some chick off the street. She's handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Holly Holm has earned her keeps. But Holly Holm came out there and got the upset, and it's like, see, if you weren't a casual fan, you might have known a little bit about Holly Holm. We know about Tony Ferguson, bro. We all know about fucking Tony Ferguson and what he can pull off. We've seen his heart. We know he can fucking roll through the fire. He can be in trouble and still come out and get the win, the endurance. We know Tony Ferguson is a bad motherfucker. So the fact that everybody that we know, hardcore fans know, Tony Ferguson is probably more legit than Holly Holm was when you're comparing them as far as, you know, Rousey, Holm, Ferguson, Khabib. Bro, Tony Ferguson, I don't like, everyone's counting him out, and I'm just starting to feel really weird about it. But it is what it is. That's also another topic for another day. And so let's get back to Kevin Lee versus Khabib real fast. Kevin Lee, you know, whenever the moment Khabib was talking about, we have to take in mind, that's when Kevin Lee was fighting Tony Ferguson. Kevin Lee went into that fight with the staph infection. You know what I'm saying? Bad weight cut because of the staph infection. We've seen Khabib have a bad weight cut recently versus the same guy. Both of these guys were fighting Tony Ferguson, and both of these guys had bad weight cuts against Tony Ferguson. The difference is, Kevin Lee still went in there and fought, right? And if you go back to how Khabib handled the situation, Dana White even came out and was critical, like, Khabib didn't even go to the UFC's doctors. He went to some like doctor off the streets when he could have came and saw us, and we probably could have got the shit figured out, but he didn't even go to our doctors. So Khabib had to pull out of the fight. Kevin Lee, on top of the bad weight cut, had the staph infection, still showed up to fight, still looked good in the fight, but yeah, by the end of the second or third round, he probably was wore the fuck out. You know how tough it is to fight just through a bad weight cut, let alone a fucking staph infection. So yeah, whenever he was looking at Tony Ferguson like, oh yeah man, I'm not even responding. He's probably because he was tired as fuck. But at the same time, Khabib said he saw no heart in Kevin Lee. And now Kevin Lee is fired back saying, yo, at least I showed up to fight. And I ain't mad at Kevin Lee because he does got a point. Both of these guys were scheduled to fight Tony Ferguson. Both these guys had bad weight cuts. Only one of them actually went in there and still fought. Whatever that means. Now Khabib's going to be fighting Tony again, scheduled for the 4th time. But hey, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOWG.